Hey guys, what's going on? It's MassiveJoes Masterclass and we're coming to you from MassiveJoes.com. Got a recipe a lot of people have been asking for, a technique a lot of people have been asking for many years. To me personally and to the website at MassiveJoes is how to season chicken breast. So how to season chicken breast ready for grilling or ready for pan frying, or even ready for baking, if however you want to cook your chicken breast. So look, this is the technique behind it. Pretty simple to do. You're going to need obviously your filleted chicken breast. Now look, if you haven't seen the video that we did, MJ's Masterclass on how to fillet chicken breast, we're going to put a link to that in the comment section to this video, or you can just click right here if you're watching this on the YouTube full site and they'll take you straight to that. So we've got our filleted chicken breast ready to go. Now we've got ourselves a nice shallow but kind of long tray, right? And now what this is going to allow us to do is to put the chicken in nice layers and season every single layer, get it tasting real nice. So make sure you got a nice kind of shallow big tray like that. Then we got our seasoning. So I like to get creative with my seasoning, so I like to mix them up. So what I'm going to show you how to do in this episode of Masterclass is actually use a couple of different seasonings together. So I got in here some Master Foods Cajun seasoning and the all-time favorite Master Foods Moroccan seasoning. Of course, we've got our MassiveJoes blender bottle filled with aminos, going to keep us anabolic while we prepare our chicken. Let's get straight into it. So like I said, real simple technique. What you're going to do effectively is pretty much do layers of chicken, layers of seasoning, layers of chicken, layers of seasoning. And what that's going to mean is every single chicken fillet that you've got is going to take on those beautiful flavors. And when you cook it, it's going to cook perfect. And when you eat it, you're going to make all kinds of tasty gains. And following your diet is going to be so simple because the food's going to be delicious. So first thing you want to do, first layer of seasoning. So like I said, I like to mix my seasonings up. So I'm going to do a layer of Moroccan right here, right? And what you want to do is you want to cover the entire tray with your seasoning. So layer of Moroccan, and then I like to add a little bit of hot, spicy Cajun seasoning here as well. So then a little bit of Cajun seasoning, right? And you can see there, what we've done straight away is we put a layer of seasoning on our tray. So that's our first layer. Then on top of that layer of seasoning, gonna put a layer of chicken breast. So grab your chicken breast fillets and just layer them like this. Right, now I like to do this. I actually wrote a recipe on this called a chicken lattice. And the reason why it's a lattice is because I do a layer of chicken running in one direction, then a layer of chicken running in the opposite direction. So the way I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna have my chicken breast in this first layer all running down the tray like that. So 1, 2, put another one in here, 3, and get a nice one there, 4. Now the trick to this is to make sure that all parts of your chicken fillets are in contact with the seasoning so that the entire fillet gets covered in seasoning. So there we've got our first layer of seasoning, our first layer of chicken fillets running in the same direction. Time for another layer of seasoning. So once again, grab your Moroccan, bit of that going on. Now I will tell you these Master Food seasonings are quite salty. So if you don't like salt, you might want to use a little bit less seasoning. I love salt, so I'll use as much seasoning as I want. That's your next layer of seasoning. Now, chicken lattice, you're gonna get your fillets and run them in the opposite direction. So with this next layer, I'm gonna be running my fillets down the tray like that. So I'm gonna grab my fillets, go 1, go 2, all of it, all parts of the fillets are in contact with the seasoning. Gotta make them taste real nice. And there you go, that's your second layer of chicken. Repeat the process, guys. It's real simple now, stay with me on this. So we go once again, layer of Moroccan, layer of Cajun, and then we're gonna flip it up once more. So the chicken breast now gonna run in the opposite direction of chicken fillets. And I've actually got some chicken tenderloins here as well. So I'm gonna use the tenderloins as well as part of the filleting recipe. When you go and see that video, you know what I'm talking about. So we're gonna run those back in this direction. And now I've maxed out with my fillets and tenderloins. So there you go, last layer of chicken. Now you want to, of course, finish this off with a layer of seasoning. So once again, gonna have our Moroccan going on in there, making one hell of a mess on my bench top, but it doesn't matter because it's all worth the gains that are gonna come. And there we go, guys. That is chicken, seasoned, ready to go. So look, you can let this sit for, you know, however many minutes you want. The longer you let it sit, the more of those seasoning flavors that chicken's gonna soak up. So man, you could go and cook it right now if you want to. What I do like to do is I like to get some Glad wrap, do this at, you know, at least 12 hours, usually if I can 24 hours before I'm gonna cook it. Put some Glad wrap on top, go and pop this entire tray in the fridge, and then when I'm ready to cook it the next day, it comes out, the chicken is perfectly marinated in these seasonings. The beautiful thing about seasoning, guys, is it's completely calorie free. So this is just protein, you know, you've cut the fat off in your chicken fillet, so it's just protein and it's ready to cook. Guys, that is MassiveJoes Masterclass on how to season chicken fillets ready for cooking. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button right here. Make sure you subscribe to the MassiveJoes YouTube channel for all of the coolest new videos, MassiveJoes Masterclass, all of the video projects that we're doing. Guys, that's MassiveJoes Masterclass, and we're coming to you from MassiveJoes.com.